Good morning, everyone. Just felt like a teacher. All right, guys. So good morning. Welcome back here. Hope everyone's ready to go. It's Friday. It's January 8th. I can't believe it's only the first week of the year and it's already January 8th. It's like, almost feels like we already had 2 weeks somehow squeezed in there, but welcome back anyway. If you guys are watching this on playback, don't forget in the whole entire video description below, we got, not the whole entire, but in the first part of the video description below, we got the timestamps. Those always get updated within the first 1 to 2 hours after the stream. And then you guys can kind of go around, find some of the, topics that you liked, swing trade portfolio review or something like that, or some specific trade entries. Overall today, we got a lot of stuff popping. So I was like, oh boy, at first I was watching LGHL and I was like, well, okay, nice, gapper over 100%. But it didn't really amount to much. It never really had those nice moves. So we'll see. We'll see how this one really ends up performing. Right now, it's not really too interesting. I'm a little bit more interested in FTFT, which is surprising because this ticker I FOMO'd into yesterday, and I messed up my trading quite a bit yesterday because of that. So yesterday was a break-even day. Right at the end of the day, we gave back all of our bits. It was pretty depressing. Anyway, so far today, we're up $345. Very light pre-market trading. I didn't really do too much of anything, but we had some decent trades, kind of quick and simple ones. So it was kind of smooth. Again, with FTFT, I didn't ride this one as nearly as long as I should have. You can see here that I traded it once here for a quick trade. This was like $30 profit. And then I traded this move. I got the majority of this move here. But ultimately, I ended up kind of leaving like 5% on the table. So you never really know. But yeah, I don't really regret that. I'd rather, take some profits and move on. Thanks, Steven. I hope the internet is going to be working fine today as well. It looks like we are having dropped frames, but it's not looking that bad, so we'll see. It is official, though. I will have a second internet provider, so I'm going to have 2 internet providers. One's going to use DSL, and one's going to use the cable glass fiber. So lately, surprisingly, glass fiber has had the most issues. That's where all the issues are coming from. So whenever glass fiber has issues, which baffles me why it does, we'll be switching to the DSL. So we'll see what happens. It doesn't help to have 2 different internet providers if they're both going to be using the same cable, right? So in my eyes, we're going to have 2 different internet providers, but then also 2 different sources, right? So we'll see how that goes. FT, nice little second move here, 2% already. I'm not sure if we're going to do any more pre-market trading, but let's go ahead and talk about FTFT first, and then we'll kind of zoom along here. What am I going to do about wash sales on FTFT? FTFT has had a few like micro flushes, but I'm not too worried about it in general. DMC, that's a good one. I haven't heard that in a long time. Oh, classic. Okay, so let's scroll back up here. So FTFT, this was one of the lead gappers yesterday. It ended yesterday very, very strong. And this is the one that somehow I was fumbling with, though, yesterday. So you can see this absolutely ridiculous move. Today, it's actually having a bit of continuation. So it closed yesterday at 575, and right now it's at 892. So you can see that continuation right there. Coming back here, it is a Chinese software company with 23 million float. The news yesterday, because January 8th is today, so January 7th was the last news on FinViz. Future fintech applied blockchain technology related software copyrights with China Copyright Protection Center. To be honest, I'm always kind of surprised China even has a copyright protection center. But yeah, I guess it totally kind of makes sense. Anyway, this ticker, whoops, what did I just click on? Right now, it is probably the lead performer. Like I said before, LGHL technically is the lead gapper on the day, but it's not holding its highs so nicely. It's not looking super good. But if it does kind of consolidate here in this area, and then maybe at the market open we'll get another move. Right now, it just had a really solid double bottom. So we'll see how this $5 zone plays out. Maybe we're going to see some bigger support around this $4 area. So this could be also a place that we might want to think about trading it into the market open somewhere in this area. But FTFT is definitely the one I think most traders are going to be looking at, right? You always got to be asking yourself, what is the most obvious lead gapper? What is the ticker that everyone is looking at right now, right? Right here, we even wrote it on our checklist. And FTFT, I think, is that one. Not to mention, a lot of people already traded it yesterday, so they see it again. They see that it held its highs well. They're going to be ready to go. Also, FTFT, technically the sky's the limit right now. I mean, this ticker is breaking into all-time high territory. That's beautiful. You don't really know how far it's going to go. You could kind of look into the past and see what we've had. So we've had this run. This was a 300% run. That's very, very strong. We've kind of had this multi-day run in the past over here. We had a big spike to the upside, and then we gave back quite a bit. And then we had 2 more days here of running. But nothing is really over 300, it seems like. Always between 200 and 300%. So we'll see how much it goes. And so let's scroll up here a little bit. So right now we're at $8. Actually, let me just move this back and go here. And then scroll that. So right now we're at roughly $8.90. So roughly, let's say 9. And, that's actually a pretty big move already, because that pretty much means we're up 60% or so. Oh, wait, let me go back. Around 50% or so. So 100% would roughly be around 1250. That's a pretty serious move, but kind of gets to show that this ticker could run above 15% if it has a similar kind of day as yesterday, which was a 300% day, right? So 250 actually percent day. Sorry, I mixed that up. 250. So yeah, I mean 250 would give us some good movement. That would be right around the $20 mark actually. So we'll see. That's very, very aggressive. I'm not sure if we're going to see something like that, especially because there's no new catalyst, but we'll see how much FOMO is kind of fearing into being railed into this one. 23 million float, so it has that spike ability. The market cap is pretty big already, right? We're typically trading stocks under 500. That's really when it gets into that mid cap zone. Ideally, we're trading tickers, between 50 and 100 billion market cap. So this one definitely in the bigger range, but that lower float is pretty nice. It's pretty much no longer in our sweet spot between $2 and $7, but everything else is looking good. It is overtraded though. Watch out. Very, very overtraded at this point. Thanks, Scott Stout. Don't forget to drop a like. I appreciate it, man. What's up, Michael? I think I just saw you running around here for the first time. Don't forget, guys, this weekend is Michael's birthday, so we all have to give him a hard time today. And if I remember this correctly, it's your going sober weekend. Is that what it is? Oh boy. Some dangerous stuff you're signing up for there, boy. Let's, while FTFT is actually kind of gaining some speed here, let's really quickly review some of the news. Send me money, he says. Let's very quickly just go through some news here. There's nothing I would say too crazy major going on besides right now, big article, Capitol attacks lead Democrat to demand that Trump leaves office. That seems to be a going headline across the board. And you could actually see, I think Trump recently had a speech about finally kind of confirming that he's going to stop going against the, let's see, Democrats' impeachment of chaos and calls for White House. I just watched a speech on it, but I didn't leave the tab open, so let's just keep moving on here. The SPY is up 0.3% so far. Let's keep moving on here. Here we go on the Wall Street Journal, the first headline. It's very rare that the Wall Street Journal does this. After Capitol riot, resignations and calls for Trump's removal. Two cabinet secretaries resign. Police officer dies of injuries sustained from riot. Nasty stuff, yeah. Let's keep moving on here. This is pretty big. CEO Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg usually never gets involved with politics, and now he announced Trump would be blocked from posting on both Facebook and Instagram at least until President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration in about 2 weeks. So, I mean, you can see it. This is a big topic almost across the board, no matter where you're going. Elon Musk and Bitcoin, you either think they're a joke or you have a neck tattoo of them. That's actually funny. What can we agree on? So yeah, Musk became the richest man in the world yesterday, surpassing Jeff Bezos by I think 10 billion or something like that. Although those numbers are very hard to actually evaluate because I mean, technically a lot of his companies are private, so there's a huge spread technically between what you can kind of value his shares on. A lot of stuff though. Here's our favorite SPAC founder. Chamath. We're actually long one of them exactly right now. If you just go to, we are long IPOC. So this is his SPAC. It's actually down a little bit today. That's quite unfortunate. But overall, our swing trade portfolio is up almost 8,000. So that's pretty nice. The swing trade portfolio size is around 25,000 at the moment. So this is a pretty good return over 10%. That's pretty much a week on that portfolio. Yeah, this on Monday, I think our portfolio was negative. So it's showed you how booming it's been lately. You guys are calling out CNET new highs. Wild Boy says, can you pull the checklist back up so I can snap a picture? Don't forget the checklist, Wild Boys, is on tradejournal.co/connect. And right here, slides and checklists, so you don't have to snap a picture. You can get to it at any time. CNN said Wednesday's coverage of the Capitol riot was the network's most watched day in history. That's pretty crazy. Reportedly, Joe Biden looks like he finalized his cabinet. That's kind of interesting. Definitely worth checking out. Mortgage rates hit another record low last week. Boeing to pay more than $2.5 billion to settle charges with the DOJ that it misled the FAA about the safety of the 737. That is a huge fine. What's the Boeing ticker? BO or something like that? It's not BCO, is it? BA, that's what it was. Taking a little bit longer. That can't be good for their stock price. Let's quickly check it out. Well, I guess it was expected, but that seems very, very intense. Let's keep going here. The U.S. trade deficit hit a 14-year high in November as retailers imported all your holiday gifts. Man, well, Joe Biden's definitely going to be entering into office at a pretty hectic time, for sure. All right. I already watched the Tiger's show. Nothing too different on there. Corona cases, unfortunately, are just They just can't stop. They just keep going up. The new cases looks like it is consolidating here, which is, better than going up, but the deaths are really, really at highs, which is really unfortunate to see. It's not what we want to be seeing at all. And that's only the reported ones. So you go here. Tesla, Lakers. Basketball is kind of taking over right now compared to football. Yeah, so Elon Musk is in the news quite a lot, Tesla. And that's because Tesla really just wouldn't stop flying to all-time highs. And you can see him here now, even today. It just doesn't. This company is so big and it just doesn't stop. To me, it's just, this is why we're momentum traders. I trade momentum and I love breakouts and I love continuations and I love healthy pullbacks. I'm used to this stuff, but still, every time I look at Tesla, I'm always like, Jesus. I'm always way too pessimistic. I'm totally bullish Tesla, but every time it exceeds my expectations. So it's crazy, absolutely crazy. I wonder if this is a short squeeze, but who knows? Just crazy. Amen, Tyler. Got another 13 minutes before the market opens. Look at CNET really making some good progress here. At this area when CNET broke back above VWAP, I was like, I really like what I'm seeing here. But then I was like, I kind of stopped looking at it, and this rally here is really, really solid. Let's actually talk about CNET as well. Where is it hiding? Where did I talk about it? Here we go. Chinese advertising agency yesterday with the news, strategic partnership, 20 million float, 50 million market cap. So this one's a little bit more in our criterion. It is a Chinese ticker though. Really strong move. Last rally here, this big leg was about 60%, but then look at this. It pulled back like 25%. That's a huge pullback. And right now it's right around 42%. So if we get somewhere near the highs of the last rally, we still have a little bit of upside to go. So most likely CNET will be watching out of the gates, and LGHL will definitely be keeping an eye on it. FTFT, without a question. I'm a little bit nervous on this ticker because it's so overextended in my eyes. It was literally when was this? If you go back to October, a little bit further away from October though. If you go to April, this was at 40 cents or so. 42 cents. Yeah, here we go. It's been a big move. I'm sometimes a little bit weary on tickers that move that quickly. So we'll see. Crazy stuff here today. It's going to be an interesting Friday. JAGX. Did I trade JAGX this morning? I feel like I had a limit order on for this ticker at one point. No, I didn't trade it. It was making some interesting moves, but never ended up trading it. Kind of a decent amount of sell volume here. Want to be a little bit careful for sure. FTFT crawling. JAGX. Last catalyst I think was on the 6th, but we had some good trading on that one already earlier this week. We're trading equity primarily. Constant until the balloon pops. We'll see. All right, FTFT leading the way here, followed by CNET. This is some very aggressive pre-market trading, so be careful at the open, guys. We got another 10 minutes here before the market opens. Plenty of time. I'm going to quickly fill up my tea. Go to the restroom. I got a coffee, but it's empty. I'll fill that up later. Otherwise, I'm going to be a little bit crack baby mode. Throw in the disclaimer, and I'll see you guys in a minute or two. Bitcoin at almost $42,000. I think it was at 42,000 earlier, but it's just insane. Let's actually quickly check that. Yeah, 42.5. That was the high. Can't stop, won't stop that ticker. Or it's not ticker, Bitcoin. A little bit of a pullback here on FTFT. I don't think I'm going to be trading FTFT at the open. We'll see what happens. Never say never, but I definitely am a little bit more cautious with FTFT. I do like the amount of upside potential on it, though. I think we have huge upside potential. As we talked about in the beginning of the stream, we're mapping out former runs. I mean, we could see this thing run to 15 or even 20 if it had the similar kind of action as yesterday. So get the pink slips ready. Morning, Corey. Then it's just going to get very expensive to send, but I don't think people are too worried about that. Having a rough week. We all have those. Hopefully it gets better. Sometimes it's just good to wrap it up early. That would have saved me yesterday. I've had a rough internet week. This whole week we've had internet issues. It's been a bit annoying. Gotcha, Corey. Yeah, that's never a fun trend, but statistically, it's always bound to happen at one point. See what this gold ETF is doing. I haven't checked in quite some time. Oh yeah, they had a long consolidation. Now they're breaking back new highs. This could be definitely a good spot to enter on gold. CTRM. We've traded it in the past. I don't know how it's doing. Doesn't look like it's doing much. Oh, I don't know. That doesn't look too healthy. Was an offering or something like that? Yeah, an offering at 19 cents. Yeah, it's below 19, so at least that's, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to be trading it. Could like run into the market open, get halted or something like that, but just not really something I care for too much. But if it fits your strategy, everyone has a different strategy. It just doesn't fit my strategy, so it's not something I'm interested in. for T-listing their telco stocks could be. Corey's saying TOS is already struggling for me this morning. Oh my god, TOS has been my nightmare this week. It's not as bad as it has been in terms of like what it could be in terms of badness, but I feel you. It's like a healthy concoction of TOS and internet issues for me this week. All right, so let's get ready here. We've got another 3.5 minutes till the market opens. Obviously, you want to be changing your time of force today. Always good to have a game plan in mind. LGHL, I've been waiting for this one to possibly come below 475. I think I would probably pick some up in that area. Quick little review on this ticker as well is Hong Kong Asset Management Company, 8 million float with, at first, I didn't see any catalyst on this one. So I'm thinking, actually, not at first, I still don't see a catalyst on this one. So I'm kind of thinking maybe there's a classic Chinese Hong Kong kind of ticker for me. Oops, so I just close this out. No, let's go back to, no wait, posts. Still no news. Here we go. On climbing 14% on Thursday last month, and now that's the best news these guys got. So last month announced plans to raise 10 million through private placement. Doesn't really sound really promising. I don't know why it's up so much. I don't know. Just be careful with this ticker for sure. Doesn't really seem to make sense. Nice little last minute spike there on FTFT. So FTFT and CNET are definitely going to be the two that I'm going to be watching out of the gate without a question. So nothing too new there. VIH is kind of popping up here as well, but it's totally flat. Good pullback there on CNET. This could be a nice little reversal at one point. Let's get probably 2,000 shares ready to go on CNET. Again, the Chinese 20 million flow company advertising agency with the announcing strategic partnership. I got FTFT on my second screen at the top. I think FTFT, has plenty of upside potential, but it is very thickly traded so far pre-market. So I'm a little bit nervous buying this one at the open. So most likely I won't be trading FTFT at the open. So I'm going to be looking at CNET instead and LGHL. All right, guys, good luck, everyone. Don't forget, answering questions is always a little bit better, a little bit later after the market opens. So sometimes I don't check the chat for the next few minutes here. Let's go. CNET, here we go. VWAP right here. FTFT instantly breaking higher. CNET. Big green candle so far. We could flip any second. Check out the daily. FTFT Trust just had an attempt to break 10. They're up around 6% since the open. CNET looking interesting. Nice bounce there on CNET off of VWAP. FTFT over 10. Who's trading it? Oh, he's not trading live anymore. I gotta check that out. I haven't caught up with his recap. FTFT at 1076 high, trying to give us some FOMO here. I'm not sure if we're gonna have a bigger sell-off on CNET. It's holding this area pretty well. TD Ameritrade's taking quite a long time to update here. FTFT saying up 70% right now, having a possible 9 EMA pullback. JAGX, really nice break there. Gotta say, this is quite impressive on this ticker. $63 million float, US biotech. Last news on the 6th of January. Good move though on this one. It's been quite a big run lately. It's over around 15 times up. Big moves. I'm just taking a calm. It's a Friday. I had kind of a slipper yesterday. Not, blown away by what we're seeing. I don't really see a reason to jump on anything just yet. CNET, look at that beautiful move on CNET. So I was too cautious on this one. I like the way it pulled off already, but for some reason I didn't, I didn't take advantage of that. I didn't get long. So let's see where this one goes. We have probably next major resistance. I would probably argue at 4, and then we'll see from there. So right now we're at 315. So let's see how much more it can go. I did like 40 minutes of Pilates this morning, so I feel like I'm ready. Ready to go. Healthy pullback there on CNET. It's all seemed a little quick here. Could easily rip back above 3. I don't see this ticker getting halted with the 20 million float. I have that Pilates glow. That's hilarious. Let's see if this area holds. I'm a little nervous. 84 holding though. 87 getting chipped away. Let's see if we can get an entry here at 87. Oh. I don't know if I'm in or out of this trade. I'm out. My hotkeys and nothing. Did you guys see that? Everything froze. Look, I placed a limit order. My hotkeys aren't going through. That's what I mean by TOS issues, and that's probably what Corey was talking about to some extent. That is just not where you want to be. Look at that. Not going through. It makes trading super, super scary. It's like being a race car driver and you can't hit the brakes on the turn. You just gotta freaking close your eyes and let Jesus take the wheel. It's like, what's going on here? It's ridiculous. So, all right, TOS is delayed. I'm gonna keep that in mind. I'm not gonna be too aggressive right now. I'm just gonna. I knew today was not a good day to just, buy into a breakout. I feel like who knows what kind of mistake I would have made. So it looks like it looks like a lot of people are complaining right now about TOS. I mean, I got to send this video to TOS. This is just ridiculous. Corey says, unreal. I tried to get into that dip too. I wouldn't trade. My TOS got completely butched. My order was just sitting there. TOS issues for me from Fang. Only Clean Bangers is saying TOS is down. Lag from Lawrence. Kumar saying TOS is slow. Yeah, Abdul lagging. 1AP Pro says TOS almost screwed me. Okay, yeah, across the board, everyone is a bit paranoid. Not paranoid. Upset that their tool's not working. So FTFT breaking at 11 now. I have yet to make a trade since the market opened. We did trade pre-market, so we're up, but obviously, you know, we are missing some pretty good opportunities right now. I really think IDEX kind of creeping up here pretty nicely. Wasn't really expecting that. Has this high of 4 I would look for. See where it goes. I'm gonna see if I can place the order. No, if I try to place an order, it still gets messed up. FTFT got halted, guys. That's big for this ticker. Remember, FTFT has a 23 million float. Corey's switching to light speed. You know, I think today's just one of those days where a lot of exchanges are just going to be having issues. Lightspeed probably won't have any issues. Nice 1AP Pro. Happy it worked. Yeah, I'm getting like about a 3-second delay between everything I do on TOS, which is scary because you don't know if the price action's also delayed. You don't know if you're in a trade sometimes. Yeah, it's a little bit hectic. It looks like the internet's working a bit better today, but now TOS is really not working today. FTFT most likely will open up here at 41. Volatility trading pause. They never add usually how long it goes for, but it's typically always 5 minute unless it's sometime, I don't know, 5% of the time it's 10 minute, and then sometimes it's pending news and then it's over an hour. Thanks, Shaky. Wow, LGHL, look at that, just totally getting crucified. It is entering our support zone, but I usually don't like to trade a stock that has a high chance of, you know, getting halted on the way down. But we'll kind of keep an eye on this one for sure. IDEX has some really nice volume in this area. It's had some very ferocious pullbacks though, making me maybe slightly nervous. Yeah, Colby, that's true. Anyone that had FOMO about 2020 not getting in the market is now potentially going to be part of that last spike to the upside. TOS, the scanner is also having some issues, so it's not really loading. It's not updating things properly. MDGS looks very healthy, guys. On the 5 minute, we're having a very solid double bottom. I think there's a good chance that this thing's going to rip through VWAP pretty soon. Wow, there's so many tickers to look at today. 4 million float, Israel Medical Device Company. I like what we're seeing here. I think there's just a lot of other stuff taking on center stage right now. So MDGS is a bit in the back seat, but It's also, there's a lot of back holders on this ticker, a lot of former spikes, but we'll see how it kind of pans out. FTFT is going to open up here really soon, so let's quickly pull it up on the main screen. This is only like a 3.5% dip off the open. Makes me even more bullish on MDGS. Pre-market wasn't too shabby. It wasn't great, but there was opportunity, primarily with FTFT. FTFT about to unhalt here. Wow, instantly find support. I wonder if it's gonna, I would be very scared about buying here. Let's see what happens. MDGS holding this 26% zone very well. FTFT cracking that 9 EMA. FTFT might get halted on the way down right now. I like the support zone on MDGS, but if it cracks this double bottom, I'm going to be a little bit upset. I think that potentially be closer to the end on this ticker, so let's see how this one holds here. Jill Studio, I don't think there's a way to see halts on TD Ameritrade. I don't think they show on the order book, which is really unfortunate. FTFT was halted at 42.54, so they're going to open up at 47.54 most likely. Halted on the way to the downside. If the halt to the downside doesn't end up being that bad, this could be a good trade at one point. No trades yet for me. It's been 13 minutes since the market opened, so just clearly keeping it calm here on this Friday. JAGX had kind of an aggressive sell-off. Big move was on CNET. CNET is absolutely rocketing, guys. LGHL could be a really good spot to buy. CNET is still probably the more interesting ticker. I kind of missed that last pullback just now on it. Huge run on CNET. So many tickers to be watching. Sometimes you just got to be focused on at least one. Watch out, this looks like a failed breakout on CNET. Oh, I can't click on the right ticker. Wow, what a freaking move. That was a 10% dip just now. That was really aggressive. I wonder if it's gonna have a move under 35. You could really feel the support coming in though. It could crack at any moment, so I'm not going long yet on this one. I think there's support going. Let's see. Nice little bounce here. 2%, 3%, 4%. Very quick. Boom. Just like that. Not long it though. I'm just watching it. MDGS really finding its support. So we'll see how this one holds. CNET back above. Hopefully someone got that pullback. I didn't get it. Technically, it's still an uptrending ticker because it's above the 9 EMA and above VWAP. So it's not on the backside yet. It's still very aggressive, big volume. FTFT is going to open up in about 50 seconds. And IDX is a little bit less interesting, but it's kind of choppy right now. I'm nervous because 4 was that, that high or that big resistance zone, and right now we're really next to that. I would have wanted to, take profit. I usually always take profits early before reaching a big resistance zone. So right now it'd be kind of, I don't know, it's not my favorite entry on this ticker. But it is trying. Possible pullback or dip. So FTFT opened up, but it didn't actually sell off too much. Might halt again, but I'm not super thinking that's going to happen, but we'll see what happens. It is up quite a bit, but also huge upside potential on FTFT. It might take a long time for FTFT to recover. It might take like most of the morning, and then maybe we're going to get an afternoon run on it. MDGS finally sold off. So I was pretty worried about MDGS. I thought that, if this ticker holds, this one could end up being a really good winner back above VWAP, but never ended up holding. There's a lot of funding. Yeah, I'm not sure on AMC. I'm not super excited about trading it though. CNET pullback. CNET dip right now. Hit. Oh, just realized I'm not on the wrong ticker. I was thinking maybe CNET's going to pull back a little further. I originally had it at like 25. Nice little bounce there. Really good move. Wow. All right, CNET still in play. Just watching it here. TD Ameritrade, ThinkorSwim is feeling a little bit smoother in these areas, or at this point in time. So that's good. Nice bounce on FTFT. I still have not made a trade since the market opened, so we're still in our pre-market profit zone. Nice move on JAGX. Good pennant pattern, big breakout there. Almost a flat top. Upside to at least maybe 4 before we see some bigger resistance on this one. I'm really not a big fan of trading pennants though. Weird day today. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm having a hard time jumping on these tickers today. CNET between 9:30 and 9:43 or so would have been really good. I wasn't watching CNET though at that time, so I feel like that one kind of slipped through my fingers. Everything else just feels extremely risky, so I'm having a hard time jumping on tickers at the moment. That sounds pretty good, Brent. That sounds really good. EQOS opening range. It's not even on my watch list, is it? JAGX definitely taking a lot of traders interest right now. We were pretty tuned in on JAGX at some points. It just does move sometimes quite nasty. I'd be very cautious about buying near the highs here. I wonder if CNET's finding support under right above VWAP. Shaky says Ross is spooked by all the chop. Yeah, I totally feel Ross right now because, I mean, JAGX in hindsight is probably one of the cleaner setups we're having today, and it's not a pattern that I really like. So that really kind of sums it up right there. GRNQ also trying. CNET kind of looking interesting to some extent. JAGX definitely worth watching from here. Weird stuff. I'm already ready for my coffee break. CNET back in action, guys. Just had a 5-minute break from the last 5-minute open. Very proper move on CNET. CNET just sold off a little bit. Try to get an entry below 50, but then I removed my order fairly quickly again. Long CNET at 37. Taking some profit off the table there. Again, taking some profits. We were long at 37. Just hit 45. Nice bounce though. Quick move on CNET. That was my first trade on CNET. $43 is definitely acting as support right now. I think we're about to go over 50, but if it pulls back, could be an opportunity for an entry. It's not a clear setup though. Got to be careful. Ooh. Yeah, still sketchy. Tried an entry there. Was a little bit late to the party. It's not very clean. Right now it's a little bit choppy. The move is kind of over. So I'm waiting for another move. This could be the move over 350 that I was waiting for. I think we might see it here. Nice. There's the move over 3.5. Mara making just absolutely great moves from 23 to 28 pretty much. JAGX crushing it. Really impressive. Nice move on CNET. LGHL is kind of coming back here. Had a 5-minute breakout. Looking pretty good. One can argue right now. MDGS looks like it is putting in a second bottom here, so this could be if you're probably on a 10-second chart, this would probably be like a Adam and Eve formation on MDGS, so it's looking pretty good. CNET, guys, gaining momentum again. Let's go back to CNET. Oh, go check CLSK. I don't think I want to. 3.8 possible break. CNET, guys, watch it. Keep an eye on it. 5-minute breakout. Check out the 5-minute flag too. Perfect 5-minute flag here. Good breakout there. Looking for some continuation on this ticker. New minute starting soon. JGX just had that pullback. Long CNET. See if we can get a continuation here. I'm looking for that move above 275. Still waiting for that move over 275 on CNET. Last volume was looking pretty good. I'm just going to close here. I don't know why, but I was losing some trust in this one. I was looking for a quicker resolution, so I sold at 73. Let's see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised if it ripped right to 4, but a little bit more of a risky trade than I would have maybe liked. So took my profits on CNET and walked away. That was the second attempt at 275. I don't let my winners run. That's just the truth. Here we go. That's the break at 275. Boom. So it did do it. So far kind of short-lived though. 2.8 though. Nice. All right, we're getting another move. Let's see what kind of continuation we get here. Last move was about 50%, then it pulled back around 18. Now we're about 20%. So we could see this thing pop back above 4. If CNET moves above 4, then we might see this thing run all the way to 5 or so. That's, again, it's a Chinese advertising agency company, 20 million float. They had announced a strategic partnership with Yujun Capital. FTFT trying to break 10, being called out. Let's quickly check out the other tickers, what we got here. Oh yeah, had to fake out though, guys. Watch out buying FTFT right now. That was a fake out. CNET at 3.9. Mara just crawling up. Congrats to everyone holding Mara. JAGX just feels so top heavy. Oh man. CNET breaking 4 right now. Or trying to break 4. MDGS had that Adam and Eve pattern. That was perfect. We called that one out. Didn't trade it though. Just kind of let that one walk away. Hopefully someone else got it. That was a nice move on MDGS. Really nice move. CNET breaking 4. We're trying. It's so close. Oh my lord. I thought it was going to do it right there. Hit a high 399. Let's see the second attempt right now coming towards it. This could be it. Boom. That was some big deal flow just now. That was good to watch. My stream I'm hearing is lagging again. Oh man. Apologize guys. It's not, it sucks. We're gonna have our second ISP in pretty soon. I don't. There's not a lot I can do. I live in a city where they hate progress. It's like the most stressful place when you're trying to work. It's a fun place to be, but it's a stressful place to be. That's why I limit my time here, else I lose my mind. Nice move there on CNET. 20%. 33. Wow, this thing's flying right now. Absolutely huge. Big breakout there. That could have been a squeeze. MDGS could be a buy right now. Woo-hoo. Whoa, it's going to break that high again at 4.5? Wow, I didn't think it would do it right now. Possible quick pullback below 30. Nope, nope. Instantly rips. Absolutely insane. Big momentum here on this ticker. GRNQ guys popping up as well. Definitely worth keeping an eye on, but right now CNET is definitely the lead mover. We're long CNET. At 25. Closing that position, seeing if we get a better entry under 25. Very small trade. I'm not sure if we're going to get another possibility for an entry. Bottom's holding pretty strong. Possible break under 420 CNET. Still got time in this minute, so just taking it easy. Support coming in pretty strong though. People aren't waiting around here. New minute. This is potentially going to break past 4 or 5. This could have a lot of energy right here. Very overextended on the 5-minute. Possible break of 4 or 5 again. Wow, look at that instant move. Let's see if we can get that last push to 5. Nope, didn't get it. Lot of momentum on this ticker right now. Didn't get that push to 5 though. That's what we were waiting for. And this ticker was quite overextended, so now we're got to manage this position. It's a little unfortunate there. Is what it is. Stronger sell-off. My mistake there was I wasn't able to close that position quick enough. All right, closing that $500 loss. Just watching it. There's that break. This is potentially on the backside. Nah, it's holding. It's holding. We closed at 40. So I'd be careful though. That was that. We're definitely near the end of the caboose. I tried to close there very quickly when I realized that second attempt was not working, but it wasn't in time. 10, 12. Oh, it's coming back. Look at that. 55. Here we go. I entered quite high on that last one at 63. It's having some issues in this area. It's a little bit struggling. Unfortunately, we gave back all our profits on CNET on that last trade. It was a very quick move there. It was like an 8% red candle, so I got stuck. I bought near the highs. I should have been a little bit more conscious of the fact that I was buying near the highs. I thought we were going to have a push into the 80s. We stopped at 475. I was up like 15 cents a share. No, like 12 cents a share. Could have closed it for like $120 profit win, but right now it's backside of the move here, guys. Be careful on this ticker. Yeah, it's getting chipped away pretty quickly, right under 25. Not sure if we're going to go into the teens, maybe slightly. Long size at 14. Small size. Possible quick trade here. Quick 160 back up on that one. Wanted to be extra careful on that. We're on the backside move. That was a quick dip trade. Looking for that 90 EMA retrace. I took profits a little bit too quick. I would probably argue on that one. But after a red trade, I always like to at least get a base hit back. Calms me down a little bit. Whew. Crazy day today. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys, if you're enjoying the content. Subscribe if you're new. And if you want to learn more about trading, what we do here, go to that first link in the video description below. You get access to everything that we talk about here. We have a foundation video series that'll get you caught up to speed. That first link in the video description below, tradejournal.co/connect. Right now, CNET's a little bit choppy. FTFT still selling off. JAGX kind of interesting. JRNQ had a big pullback. LGHL kind of coming back. MDGS had a hard time, but a good little bounce here in this area. That could have been a profit. CNET is still the lead ticker right now to be watching, I think, without a question. That was a 13% move on CNET. CNET's a hard one to judge right now. Decent support at 436. Wow, this ticker has like 4% spread sometimes. Like just like that. It's insane. Oh, nice, DC. Yeah, I sold too soon on that one, but that's, you know, I oftentimes do that. It doesn't really bother me. I should have took profits quick on that breakout because that was actually at some really big highs. So I held that one too long. That was my mistake. Right now with CNET, you are kind of risking this ticker flushing. I feel like a lot of consolidation here at a very tipping point. So it's not super interesting for me to want to trade this right now. Constantly, I use glass fibers is what I use here. $10.20. I think we still have some opportunity, but our swing trades are down a little bit today, so it's a little bit unfortunate. Or they're down $12 for the fact that they were up like 400 something at one point, so that's a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, AMC. I think we're entering a different era of that and stuff right now. Possible bull flag on CNET right now, forming a little bit of a descending channel. Actually looks quite nice. It's a little bit hard to get on one of these when they're on the way to the downside. It's a little scary. Possible crack here at 4. Thanks, Jared, for answering that. MDGS. Jim's calling out. Yeah, I could see a move back over 2.8, but I'd be very nervous on MDGS because the volume is so light. That would make me not want to look at it much longer. CNET dipping. Possible CNET bounce here. I'm not buying it yet though. Gotta watch out. I mean, this is on the backside of the move. So it's gotta be very careful on this ticker. Possible break into the 70s. No, it's holding. My original thought was buying. Remove trade for now. FTFT breaking big support. That doesn't look good on that ticker. CNET trying to break into the 70s again, but it's light action. GRNQ, what a sell-off this one had. Possible entry on CNET. Just went long on CNET at 74. Had another size there. Very critical support zone here at 67. Support's coming in a little bit, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not extremely comfortable on this ticker right now. I just closed most of my side now. Probably too early, but I think it could easily go back below, and then I don't want to cut this one for an unnecessary loss. So scratch, that was a scratch. It was a green trade, but it was a scratch. I entered too early, and then I didn't like my risk reward tolerance on that one anymore. So very scalpy, but you just don't know how much these things are going to pull back sometimes. Now it's at 78. It could instantly crack to 7. I would look for a move for the 9 EMA retest. That's around 393. So we got, 15 cent upside here. That's pretty good. That's like 4%. So let's see if we can break that 76. We need to break 76, and then this thing's going to be looking kind of interesting. I just feel like it might not, and I didn't want to give back $200, $300, $400 in 1 second. So here we go. See that has having issues, although right now it could be accumulating support. So this could be a great buy entry right now at 68. So that was my second option. I could have just redone the same trade again. That's kind of what I was thinking. It had a 7% move. I mean, that was looking good. I usually don't like trading the same trade twice. I don't like trading the same move twice. $388. I think it's going to go to 388 at least. Boom! There it is. 380. Let's see the crack 380. I would be dumping. Like, I wouldn't be waiting for 88. I think it probably will, but it's struggling here. Like, I don't know. It's scary. Yeah, so that second trade, that kind of like non-official rule I have with not trading the same thesis twice back to back, this time, kept me from like a 7% profit. That one I probably would have held. So yeah, 81 getting chipped away. This is probably going to move above 81. 82, 83, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just barely hit 88. So very clean. Yeah, that's a shame. That would have been a great trade. I talked myself out of that one, but I didn't have a lot of time to think about it. That was like a 5-second range at one point where I would have the entry at 60s, in the 60s. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm not sure if we're going to wrap it up there. I think we might. Overall, day trading, we're up 570. Swing trading, we're down 200 at the moment. We're up 400 on swing trading. It is swing trading after all, so it does what it does. I'm looking to hold these for a little bit more time. QS is one of those tickers that I would love to go in on. I'm waiting for this thing to kind of have another phase of red. I don't know if it will. I would if it did. If I can get an entry below 45 on this one, I'm going to be jumping on this one, arms wide open. So I'm waiting for that for QS. The bounce on QS was beautiful. It was a 60% bounce. That was huge. Huge. Overall, the other swing trades, let's quickly go to the 4-hour and quickly look at some of our favorite swings. Our swing portfolio. We got ADT finally making some moves back above $8. Oh my God, ADT just is intense. BFT struggling here, guys. BFT might sell off again. This is not looking too good for BFT. I was even thinking about maybe selling it and then maybe buying back, but I don't like all those failed attempts to break to the upside. So most likely we're already giving back a lot of profits. CLOV is the new IPOC. So just keep that in mind. Definitely sold off a little bit. Sold off like quite a bit, 11%. I was not expecting that much of a sell-off. Actually, that makes me wonder. Let me hold on here for a second. Let me just go into my Webull account. I think I had a limit order on this one. Yeah, okay. I'm seeing that you guys are saying the lag is pretty serious right now. Oh, I really hope next week they figure it out. Either way, we're gonna have our second ISP at one point, so I can switch between two providers depending on which one's having issues. One second, guys. I gotta quickly trade today's orders, order history, CLOD. What? This is not. Okay, everything's looking fine. Fine. Just quickly going through the list here for you guys. GeoEV, definitely one of our bigger winners at the moment. HYLN, finally back above 17. It's good to see that. MCAC had a really nice once again. So MCAC is finally getting some momentum, guys. If you guys are into some Playboy SPACs. NBAC, Chinese EV SPAC, SSPK, our cannabis SPAC that it had a huge move here, pulled back a little bit now. Kind of an aggressive retrace here. I'm not gonna lie. Really strong, 8%, no joke. THBR also pulling back a little bit, so nothing really too new, but our swing portfolio just keeps going. Let's go back here. Yeah, I know, Bren. Oh, I'm so sorry.